And on my page, I would like to welcome you to this session, which we are talking about what's wrong with being a nice guy. On this session, as I promised always, that we will talk about the nice guy syndrome and what's wrong with being a nice guy. I really credit all this information I gathered and researched many books, but I credit all this information to Dr. Robert Glover, who wrote the No Mr. Nice Guy book, and which really attracted the title itself attracted me, as I know it's also attracting to all of you. We must say that in our cultures now and society, we've seen that people are taking advantage of those nice guys, and we are not treating them as something really that it is a mental illness, or that it is a case study that we need to look very close to it. Well, let's start about this subject. What's wrong with being nice? Be so bad. The thing is that nice guys, they believe that they are doing this, and actually it's in their core belief that being nice, that their life will be smooth and with no conflict, with no problems, and they can avoid everything. So far, being nice is good, but where it goes wrong? Nice guys, there are certain characteristics that we have to mention it to bring the attention to all wives to see and to seek consultation for their partners, because these characteristics, what belongs only to nice guys, can really bring anxiety and frustration to the whole family, and probably to separation of the family, harming the children, harming both of them on the long run. Let me start without further ado for the characteristics of the nice guys. And the first one, which I would like to highlight, is dishonesty. Nice guys are really dishonest. Why they are dishonest? Because they try to hide mistakes, their own mistakes, avoid conflict, say what people like. They think that when they do that, their life will be smooth and they can really getting their needs met. But this is what exactly to be called fundamentally dishonest person. The second characteristic is of the nice guys that they are secretive, because they are driven to seek approval of others, and they hide anything that people will not like. In this way, they keep their resentment and frustration inside. And their motto, if they don't succeed, hide the evidence. And this is very crucial. The third thing, that they are compartmentalized. Compartmentalized. What I mean by that, that in their mind they have certain compartments, and they keep everything in these compartments, and they give them a definition that if someone of them conduct fidelity, well, he's defining it different way, and if he caught, he will say, no, I haven't done it, because the definition in his mind is different from all other people. The fourth thing in nice guys' characteristics, manipulation. Well, nice guys have a hard time making their need priority. Why? Because this creates a powerless for them. They cannot put their needs, give their needs priority, because they seek approval of others. They fear that if they do go for their own needs, they will be called selfish. And this is really dangerous when you put others before yourself. The fifth thing is controlling. The nice guy thinks and believes for his life to be smooth and goes all the way with no conflicts, he has to control all the people around him and all the things. In this way, he will feel secure. Sixth characteristic is give to take. That's why we see nice guys, they are very generous. They are giving. And what they crave in regards, love, respect, approval. And when they don't need they don't meet these, or they don't get these from their partners or from the other people, they get frustrated. They start blaming others because their happiness is being stopped because of their partners and or the people they are giving. 7 is passive aggressive. Indirect expression, frustration, forgetting, late appearing, not following through, repeating the same behavior. However, they have promised not to repeat it again, but still they do it. Why? Because they are unable to control themselves. They want to please everyone. Nice guys are full of rage. Of course they are full of rage. Because they are giving, they are not getting. They are pleasing, but they are not loved. And their anger appears or erupts in certain times and not expectedly goes, so they really hurt everyone around them. Nice guys are really addictive to many things, and mainly sexual compulsiveness. Why? They use this addiction as a stress relief, as pain reliever. That's why. Now, the 10th characteristic, have difficulty setting boundaries. In my previous videos, I have said that nice guys do not know how to say no or stop, or I don't want to do this, I don't want to go to this movie, I can't do that. They are boundaryless, and this really shows powerlessness for them. Characteristic 11, they are frequently isolated. Why they are isolated? Because no one wants to be around them. Why they don't want to be around them? They are not liked. They show anger at unexpected times. They hurt people with their words. That's why they keep themselves away. They want a smooth life. If they are away from people, they are safe. Nice guys are attracted to people with problems. Why? Because they want to fix them. They think by helping people, by being givers, they can be liked. That's their happiness when they help and give people. But they don't get that in return because no one will ask them for their help. They just pop up and start giving and help others. They are frequently have problems in intimate relationships. However, they put a big emphasis and tremendous emphasis on their intimate relationships. But it is the source of their struggle and frustration. For example, they are terrible listeners because they are always thinking how to answer and to defend themselves. They fear conflict and are rarely available to go through the whole problem. This creates a big problem that if you started something and you start talking to someone about an issue and you don't go through it, they feel intimidated and they can't go through the whole problem because they fear of loss of this relation. However, they don't know that it's really coming to the end as soon as they don't finish each problem, because that's what accumulating problem above the other, and frustration keeps growing as the resentment goes high. So the partner also in the same thing, they can't be always in these situations. They just want to relieve from this. The other one, they form relationship with partners that they consider they are projects for their fixation, that if they give, they can receive something. And if this relationship did not flourish or did not come up with a positive results, they tend to blame their partners that they weren't supportive or they are not going through with what they advise or with what they give into this relationship. Mostly, or let me say up to 98% of nice guys have problem in their sexuality. Either their sexual life is not fulfilled, or they are addictive to something which might relieve them from their sexual needs. And the 15th characteristic is relatively unsuccessful. Why they are moderately successful? However, they are talented and they are intelligent, but because they do not live up to their full potential. Is there a recovery or a solution for the nice guy syndrome? Of course there is. And always there is a solution for any problem that we face in our life. Is to be an integrated person. To accept who you are. You have unique skills, unique things that you have to show up in each and every way of your life. Able to embrace everything that make them unique. His power, assertiveness, courage, passion, and well, also imperfection. I will give some of the characteristics of the integrated person, which might be a solution for all nice guys available in our culture, and there are a lot. With my research and with the people I surveyed recently and before, I wish everyone will listen to this video. It will help those people who have this problem, or for those people who knows someone in this nice guy syndrome. Going back to the integrated characteristic of the person, he has a strong sense of self. He likes himself as he is. He takes responsibility for getting his needs met. Comfortable with his masculinity and sexuality. He has integrity. He does what is right, not what expedient. He's a leader. He is willing to protect and to provide for those who he cares about. He is clear, direct, and expressive of his feelings. These are some of the characteristics of the integrated person. I will add something here about what I heard from the surveyed partners and what comments I have received from women who are living with nice guys. Many of them complained that their husbands are very nice. They do many works for them, the little things here and there. But at some point, either they hurt them in words, or they are not available for them. They are bad listeners. They don't listen. One of the women was saying that I came back from work and I found my husband. He did the dinner. We sat at the dinner and everything was okay. Suddenly, he erupts in rage and start complaining that I'm not available, that I'm sexually not available for him. From one side he's good, from the other side he's complaining. And one of the women says, my husband is very nice. For everyone, he looks, he's nice. He goes, picks up the kids, comes back home, puts some work at home, do some house chores, which I never asked him to do that, but he does it. And if I ask him to do something, just an extra work for me or for the children, he starts complaining that whatever I do, you are not happy. and you are nagging. You want more and more. With all these things, seeing what I have said of the characteristic of the nice guys, it's really obvious that they are suffering something, and we have to support them to get them away from this. Can they do it by themselves? I wish they can, but I'm sure they need some support groups, coaches, therapy to go through, which with that support and wives, partners, girlfriends support, they will get better, they will accept themselves, and they will start transforming their life. But from what I have seen and gone through, they must have a support group or a coach to go through this transformation. Otherwise, it's hard and it will get harder. Whatever nice guys try, they try hard. Sometimes they try hard, but they try the same thing over and over again. They want to please. They want to get approval. This is not the solution. The solution is a complete transformation from being nice guy to being an integrated man who can resolve, who can accept himself as he is, who can have the courage to speak up, to put boundaries, and to set limits. And one more thing I want to highlight here for women. During the survey, I have met couples. He's a nice guy, but his wife also manipulative. And she doesn't want him to be transformed. She likes him as he is. And she's manipulating him to keep him as he is, taking advantage of who he is. For those women who does that, I don't think it is advisable to continue, because you are ruining the whole family, you are ruining the relationship, and it does not matter how long it will take. One day the nice guy will become knowledgeable of his situation and what he needs to do. And when he comes to that realization, you're gonna lose your life and you're gonna lose the family. Some other wives whom I met, and in fact they are partners, so what she's saying, that I like him as he is. I don't want him to change, to transform. I'm leading the house, and he's helping in the cause and everything. When he get enraged or angry or shouting, screaming, I just give him a deaf ear and continue in my life. And what she's using his weakness, loving his children and giving everything to his children. She's taking those children to her side to keep pressure on her husband, just to keep him as he is. I advise you to refrain from this. This is not a healthy life. This is not a healthy relationship. Whoever listens to this video or will listen to this video, please support each other to live a healthy life, to raise a healthy children, and bring leaders to the community. With what we are seeing now in our culture, in our society, less and less leaders. Why? Because both parents are working, both parents are away from the children, and everyone is looking only for his own benefits. Please, This is a call, a humanity call for everybody to support each other, live the life on your terms, not on your desires' terms. Have a good night. Thank you for being with me. And I wish in our next video we'll talk about some paradigms of the nice guys, and we'll talk about more solutions and more coaching calls for all the couples that needs a coaching. Give me a call. I'm available for you to help you, to support you, to transform your life as I transformed my life. Have a good night. Love you all.